It's important to recognize and address power imbalances in relationships because they have the ability to erode trust between you and the people that you care about or the relationships that you're trying to build. And so let's get into it. Some power imbalances are inflexibility. If there is a person in the relationship who is unwilling to compromise on their boundaries, this can be an issue and create an imbalance of power. Manipulation in relationship, manipulation such as guilt tripping, gaslighting, or invalidating another partner's feelings. Boundary control. Anytime that you set a boundary, it should feel mutually respectful between you and another person. Boundaries shouldn't feel degrading or limiting for anybody involved. An example would be if you and a partner agree that when you make decisions on something that you both have to be all in 100% on the decision before you can move forward, but your partner consistently disagrees with you. So you rarely get to move forward on a decision. This creates a boundary control issue in the relationship and an imbalance of power where a boundary is being used in a negative way to restrict another person. If there's ambiguity around how you set around your own boundaries, then this can create questions about what you want or need in a relationship, or someone else can leave you guessing and struggling to figure out where you stand with them or what to do in specific situations. They get to tell you how to behave rather than them managing their own behavior by setting boundaries. If you have difficulty with autonomy, if your boundaries don't provide you an opportunity to make choices and decisions that you want that reflect your values, then this is an issue of autonomy. Autonomy is the ability to decide things for yourself. If your boundaries aren't helping you do this, then there is an issue around that. If somebody is infringing upon your ability to do it, this is a boundary control issue, a power balance issue. If you avoid setting boundaries because you want to go with the flow, it's just easier to let somebody else do it. You're apathetic about it. This can create other problems because you're making other people guess, because you're not actively involved, and because you lack assertiveness. This creates a power imbalance because you are not setting the tone, allowing people to engage with you at a level that you feel is respectful. They're kept guessing. If you have difficulty negotiating your boundaries for any of the reasons that I stated before, or for any other reason, there may be imbalance of power in the relationships that you're engaging in. And you might want to take a look at that. If you fear conflict, this is something that it has to be addressed, moving past this fear of conflict, because in order to maintain your autonomy, set healthy boundaries, be able to push back against boundaries that are tested, you have to be able to tell people no, plan for that pushback, and be okay with a little bit of discomfort that may feel like conflict, but it might not always rise to the level of conflict. If you have an erosion of agency, if autonomy is the ability to make decisions that are in line with your values or make decisions that you want, agency is the ability to act on the decisions that you make. If you aren't able to do this, then there is an imbalance of power present in the relationships that you're currently engaging in. Those are some of the ways that an imbalance of power can show up in your relationship that can make it difficult for you to be assertive, difficult for you to maintain your autonomy, and difficult for you to have boundaries that will allow you to grow and maintain the kind of healthy relationships that you want.